Alright, so here we are. Happy Joe versus TheTrueQuAz. We just went over this. Happy Joe beat Sabo, and TrueQuAz defeated Olivar. Huge victory there, so probably going to be a really good match. This is where we are at the bottom of the bracket. This is the round of 8. And back to the bans and picks. Ban for Happy Joe. Looks like a blue-red deck. Heavy blue, light red deck. And ban for TrueQuAz is red. Mono red. Lots of Rakoans flopping about. First Rakoans we've seen of the day. Alright, welcome. If you're just joining us, this is the Khalim Seasonal Cup 2019. Round 3, Happy Joe versus TheTrueQuAz. Storyteller opener for TheTrueQuAz. You don't see that very often. Flame Burst takes care of the water elemental opener, which of course you do see very often. Destructive Volley in Happy Joe's deck. Okay, this is definitely seems like a tournament include. I would imagine. Maybe he does use this in the ladder, I'm not sure. But yeah, that'll deal 5 damage to flying creatures for 3. It's really nice. Not sure if we'll see anything in this particular deck from the TrueQuAz for that. But it still can just do 2 damage for 3 in a pinch. Dreamkeeper. Okay, TrueQuAz deck. I really like it. I really like what I see. I love Dreamkeepers with card draw. Using double ciphers to take care of that water elemental. Man, I wonder if Happy Joe has to destructive volley a storyteller. That would be a world first, I think. I don't know if that's ever happened. It's still not going to, because here comes the Rakoan Recruiter. Ooh, another Flame Burst. So, Dreamkeeper could be played this turn. If he really wants to get removal happy, he could use a Flame Burst here. Architect. Well, he can't Dreamkeeper anymore unless he Soul Pacts. Oh, he already made his land, so no Dreamkeeper this turn. Architect. Is this a... What is this deck? What is this deck? Is this the structured deck? But I haven't seen any structures. I don't know what's going on down here in the TrueQuAz side. This makes more sense to me. Wait, does it? This is a Carassius deck? Oh, okay. Okay. Swarming Carassius deck up here, I think. With creation. Nice. I was thinking this was a Rakoan deck, but no. Mythmaker coming out here for this. Man, that's huge. The value on that when you use it on a Rakoan is huge. From a recruiter. Ulani, unfortunately, is not the only creature. Using Soul Pact before the Dreamkeeper. Because you don't really need it to reduce its cost. Right? Sky Anemone. Yeah, nothing too great from the TrueQuAz's draw there. Rapala is playable. If he has a lake he could play on. Meanwhile, Happy Joe is going to march forward. He kind of gets the idea that the TrueQuAz is playing a pretty slow deck at this point. Normally, Happy Joe's deck is very slow as well, but I think it has more capability to put some pressure on than the TrueQuAz's might. Really interesting, unique matchup. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how he's going to get that extra damage out on the Dreamkeeper, and there's really not a way outside of Destructive Volley. I guess you could waste your Humbling Vision on it. Gonna Creation. His Aurora? Okay.
Would you like some tea?
Okay. Maybe he's abandoning the Crassius line here of his deck and just going full Rakoa and Aurora. It's not too bad. There is a Gyaradan here, however. Can't play it. Out of range. And even then, you know, the Rakoans survive. The 4 health ones do. So what do you do in that case? Well, not too much, unfortunately. Grimguard can delay for a little bit, as well as an enemy. What is the TrueQuAz delaying for, though? Right? Normally you're delaying so that you can get tons of value through your Dreamkeepers, but he's only played one. He hasn't drawn another. Everything in his hand is full cost. Every card in his hand is full cost. There's a second creation for Happy Joe. Right now, Happy Joe can do pretty much whatever he wants. He can make a third Aurora. That's really greedy, I think. It's really greedy to make a third Aurora right now. But he could. He does have to deal with the Sky Anemone. And unfortunately, 2 Auroras do not deal with it, so he's going to have to waste a hit from the Rakoan. He does make a third Aurora. Okay. Would you like some tea? Seriously, do you want some tea? I really want to give you some tea, okay? And that's 6 damage to the face. So 18-12? I'm seeing some requests to increase my mic volume. Okay, I will try that. I'm going to increase my mic volume right now. I don't want to get it too loud, so I'll leave it there for a bit. And if that's... Here, I'll put a little bit more. Okay. That's as far as I'll go. Sorry for adjusting. I don't like adjusting very often because then people have to adjust. But 10 minutes from now, let me know how that sounds. Okay, Haunted Husk. Oh, there's what he wanted very early on. It's a little too late. This army of Aurora is marching down. Somebody screenshot that. I don't have mine ready right now, but army of Aurora is marching down this line here. That's funny. I don't think I've ever seen 3 Auroras on board like this. And that's lethal. Simple as that. So that'll be 1-0 for Happy Joe. First win of the best of 5. So let's get that updated. That's funny. Okay, and bloop, there's our scores. 1-0 for Happy Joe. Alright, TrueQuAz switching his deck to Red Yellow Burn, looks like. Pretty confident to say that's Red Yellow Burn. Herald of War opener? Could be. Looks like it. Going left instead of right here. With a combat deck? I don't know if that's the right thing to do. You want your Herald... You want your combat creatures in combat. There's the Biomancer. Yeah, this is a really interesting... like, I don't know... I don't even know if you'd call it a Carassius deck. I guess you would. But it feels like it's a lot more versatile than a lot of ones I've seen. Like, it's got a lot of Rakoans in it. But it's not a Rakoan deck. What would you call it? Rakoan Carassius. Rakorassius. Yeah, what are you afraid of on the right side there? You can contest the Water Elemental with your 4/4. I mean, it's a world we don't live in, so it's not too useful to talk about it, but it'd be a completely different game if this were over here. Said Mr. Obvious. Okay, well, Flame Burst is a good draw. That'll take care of a Water Elemental, no problem. You can hit a Shield Mate. Super happy to hit a Shield Mate with a Grimguard. Two Flame Bursts, actually. So do you clear... Okay. Did not expect the Cypher's Wrath there. I thought you just want to feed off the combat there. Okay, so it does clear off one of the Rakoans. The Grimguard does not use Flame Burst. Okay, now I don't understand that. Why wouldn't you use a Flame Burst to... unless you're just saving all for face damage. Yeah, I guess you're just saving all for face damage. He's not too worried. Because, yeah, what if you clear off one Water Elemental? Like the way he played that. I think you either use 2 Flame Bursts to clear off both Water Elementals, and then hit the Rakoan once with the Grimguard to stop the harvesting here. But just killing one doesn't do too much for you, I suppose. Unfortunately, Emperor's Command, they're coming out to clear out the Grimguard. Now, that won't be able to be used for heals now. It's important to keep in mind. TrueQuAz is playing a burn deck, so every healing card that goes away, you're happy to see. No creatures in hand for the TrueQuAz. Okay. Here's the Red Yellow Burn shenanigans with a Herald of War, of all things. He's considering using the Flashwind, but I think he's not sold on it completely. Yeah, I think he's going to do it. Okay. Normally, though, when you see that play, you rarely see that on a Herald of War. Normally that's on a Sheet and Brute, Grimguard, basically those two. Sometimes, though, Herald of War likes to play. Problem is, Humbling Vision can now take care of him. Rest in peace. And that means Happy Joe is going to have a huge board advantage. He could even make an aggressive land here if he wanted to, with this very fun deck. Like, does he want to play Biomancer before he kills the Herald? I don't think that you... I think you wait, right? There's the Humbling Vision. One halved and rounded down, unfortunately, is 0. You can't live with 0. Okay, well, there's a Sheet and Brute. A little bit late to the party, but welcome nonetheless. He is a 4/7 because of the Herald's 1 combat round. And there's Frog Tosser. Okay. I mean, you can clear the Brute. Yeah, you have enough if you play a Forest. And then Harvest, play Forest. And bam, bam. So that's a possible play. He's still in control of all wells after he does that. He's not going to do it, though. Lethal is not quite yet on board, but he TrueQuAz is down to 10. Oh, he does do it. Okay, yeah, he had not yet attacked with the Elemental, so he did do it in the end. He just wanted positioning this way. No Garroden in hand, man. Imagine just a Garroden in hand. Imagine just a Garroden. But not this time. Has to do it the hard way. With a Cypher's Wrath. Okay. 10 health for the TrueQuAz. 8 for happyjo. 2 Flame Bursts in hand for the TrueQuAz. So really, the TrueQuAz needs 2 more damage and he wins the game. 2 more damage and he wins the game. It's not in hand. He has nothing on board. How many Cypher's Wraths has he used? 1. Was there a second one used? Well, we know he at least has 1 left in his deck. So drawing Cypher's Wrath wins the game next turn. Right? He has the Faria for it. 7. This is 6. Oh, yeah. Plenty. So Cypher's Wrath wins the game. What else wins the game? I guess if he draws a Scourge Flame, it'll be 2-turn lethal. But look, in the meantime, there's 5 damage next to face right here. So there's 2 turns here for happyjo to win the game. And there's... Oh, it's Cypher's Wrath. GG. I can't believe it. Okay. There he goes. Chooses the Rakon. That's 6. And I was asking earlier, why don't you just play the Flame Burst to clear the Water Elementals? This is why. Because 6-7 turns on down the line, he was going to win the game with them. And that's what he did. Well done, the TrueQuAz. Tied it up. 1-1. And we're already into the next pick. Boom. Look how fast that score was updated. Professionals over here. Okay, that was the TrueQuAz's victory. So happyjo switches. Manta Riders, Drake Riders. It's a flyer deck. Looks like yellow flyer to me. Okay, Airbot. Airbot's a nice little addition to these flyer decks. This is, what is this? Red, yellow flyers? I didn't happen to see the colors in the beginning. Red, yellow burn having a strong showing today. It always has a tournament presence, really. It polices a lot of decks, I think. It always has a win condition, right? Okay, so Drake Rider is out. There is a Flash Wind in hand. So, yep, he can actually go over here. Ooh. Okay. Well, a third desert allows the Drake Rider to Flash Wind this way. Move on to enemy land. Corrupt. Remember that mechanic? Oh yeah, it still exists. Become a 5/6. Hit the Herald. Have 2 health remaining. Cypher's Wrath could take it out. So, knowing that could all happen, he may not want to do that. He may just want to harvest with the Drake Rider, because 4 health is hard for Red to deal with. It takes 2 cards, usually, of any kind. So, he could commit to this. He could do the aggressive play. It does, you know, attacking into the Herald does buff whatever card TrueQuAz plays next. So knowing all of that, maybe you just want to double collect. Nope, he's going to do it. Because, yeah, it's value. The Soul Pack comes out, allows him to follow up with a Manta Rider. So even if this is removed, which it likely will be, Manta Rider can continue harvesting. Here comes the Cypher's Wrath. Sheet and Brute will come out, and he'll be buffed to 4/7 thanks to the Herald of War. Boom, boom. And everyone is diagonal from one another. Everyone a little cattywampus. 2 airbots in hand for Happy Joe. Do you play him now? I don't know. Do you play him really at all at this point? You don't want to give the Brute targets to hit. You're already pretty much double harvesting unless you have different plans for this guy. You could play him aggressively. You could like drop a mountain here and then dash over here. Set up for some damage on face. Oh, I guess you could play it over here too. That'd be fine. Play a mountain here. Or here. Or even here. Okay, surprised that the Manta Rider moved back. But that does mean that the Airbot is going to be put in position for double harvesting. There is no Cypher's Wrath in hand now for TrueQuAz. Scourge Flame Spectre is here, but it's 2 turns away after this one before it can come out. Columns Training could be used, and it is, but there is no movement, so Manta Rider is anticipating the Sheet and Brute all along. Double harvesting from the Airbot. Second Manta Rider in hand for Happy Joe. Manta Riders are really nice, sticky units. Now, Happy Joe is not going to win through burn damage. Happy Joe is going to have to actually hit the face to win this game. So he has to weather this storm and come out on top with enough health that allows him to finish the game. And it's actually a long road there. There's a lot of ammunition that's going to be spent in his direction. And that was a Flash Wind used to open up the path for the Sheet and Brute to deal 7 damage? Nope. 8 damage. Every single point of damage matters. Being at 8, as we saw last game, is very significant in comparison to 9. In fact, he'll likely be at 6 after this. Oh, with a Soul Drain, that'll change that. Soul Drain's a really good draw here. Okay, Scourge Flame Spectre. Maybe he will win through burn damage. Maybe I was wrong. He'll be back down to 8. Can't quite play Scourge Flame. A couple mountains away from that. I didn't expect to see that in this deck. I guess, though, I should have when he's playing Airbots in a flyer deck. This is red yellow flyer burn. Is this a thing? Or is this just Happy Joe's thing? Lots of cool decks today. Okay. Scourge Flame can come out, but because of Happy Joe's positioning, it can't hit face, so really good job there. No Flash Winds in hand. Fnatic is too expensive. So, do you wait? I think you might have to wait until you can play both the Fnatic and the Spectre. And then I wonder if you make 2 lands this turn. See, if you make a mountain, he's going to cover all your lands. He's going to try to cover all your lands. So what if you make 2 basic to reserve the spots? So next turn you can for sure make a mountain on either one. Whatever the better spot happens to be for your Scourge Flame. And then Fnatic him wherever he needs to go. There may not even be a spot though, depending on what Happy Joe does. He can't play Scourge Flame, so what's on board is what he has unless he draws something. Okay. Gonna clear the airbot. Do a little harvesting. Still 3 damage. Still significant. Does he draw a Flame Burst? Oh, I called it. I called the Flame Burst. That really hurts the TrueQuAz. 5 health though remaining for Happy Joe, so it's in there. The win condition is still in there. And Happy Joe doesn't look like he has any heals. I didn't see any Emperor's Commands, I don't think. There's a Flame Burst. Cypher's Rune. Well played. Well played. Oh my goodness. The draws today are crazy. Alright, TrueQuAz. 2-1 now. Man. It's like each deck today is like a book that's to be read. Each deck tells a story. Alright, 2-1 now for the TrueQuAz. He wins this, he moves on, and Happy Joe's eliminated. I think that might be an upset. I don't know though, the TrueQuAz is a good player though. They're both good players. Who is the favorite going into this? It's hard to say. I really like Happy Joe's avatar, what he's got going on there. It's really spooky. It's good for Halloween. Herald of War opener. And we have Rakoans. Happy Joe is running Rakoans confirmed. This isn't some crazy Carassius deck. Okay, putting the baby out front. Using the baby as bait. Versus a combat deck. Well, he has other plans. Whoa, look at that. Ooh. Don't do that. Don't make that happen. Okay. Anyway, Cypher's Wrath comes out, which means the Cannoneer no longer has fodder. Or Illusionist has no fodder. That would have been actually the play that was probably going to be happening, was an Illusionist onto the baby to clear a Herald. But not going to happen now unless he uses it on the Recruiter, which is basically like a 1 health buff. Is that worth it? I don't know. Or 1 attack buff, I mean. It's probably worth it value-wise. Yeah, because you get a 1/1 body on the field. But you would much rather have let the baby do that. Difficult choice here for Happy Joe, and I don't blame him. Okay, he is going to do it. Still value in the end. Still value. This can be used next turn for a Cannoneer attack. There's another Cypher's Wrath, though. And there goes the harvesting. No harvesting for Happy Joe. Herald of War happily moves up to the Feria. Building up for Scourge Flame. There's a Cypher in deck. Things are looking good for TrueQuAz. And if Happy Joe loses this, he's out of the entire tournament. Happy Joe from Korea. TheTrueQuAz actually, I think he's Irish. I might be wrong there. How many Korean players do we have left? Well, we have, let's see. No, I think this is the last Korean player remaining, yeah. We have some Japanese players. We have Juri is still in. He's playing Lizard right now. Delgarno. But Rundong was eliminated by Delgarno, so there were 2 Korean players this tournament, if I counted correctly. But normally we see the Koreans making it towards the end. Well, this will be the first tournament in a while where that doesn't happen. It's up to the TrueQuAz to determine it. Crystal Flower comes out, I think, yep, for the Herald. And that's buying him a few turns. Kind of a little desperate, a play of desperation there, but you can't blame him. And Cypher can come out this turn, and that's going to be more of a problem to deal with. Now that, you know, TrueQuAz loved... Excuse me, Cypher. TrueQuAz loved seeing that Crystal Flower coming out before he played a Cypher. Ooh, and now look. Ooh, this is tough. Man, I feel for Happy Joe right now. This is painful. Happy Joe is either having some really bad luck or this is not a matchup in his favor. I feel like Rakoans are unfavored against Burn just because of all the small bodies they have. Unless your cards come out well and you get a champion out pretty early. Yeah, what else can you do here? Problem is, okay. Yeah. And then you're left with just the 2/2 Cannoneer. What else can you do but use all of your cards on Cypher? That was really played really nicely though. The sequencing on that was correct. Having to transform the Rakoan into a 4/4, but before attacking, use the Cannoneer on the Illusionist to hit Cypher down 3 health, so that when you attacked with the Doomdrake, Cypher didn't just eat it. And meanwhile, TrueQuAz is forced to play a Fanatic all by itself, just to have something to harvest with. He has a Scourge Flame in hand, but he has no Feria to spend. Now, this Crystal Flower is hatching in a few turns, and that's going to change the story a little bit. Lonnie comes out. Some nice card draw. Oh, okay. That's all of his Crystal Flowers. Garridan as well. Does he use Cannoneer here, I wonder, to just stop the harvesting? It might not be bad. Get rid of Ulani. Uh-oh. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that crash. I think both players are still in game, so I don't think anything untoward has happened. I believe it is happyjo's excuse me, happyjo's turn? Or is it... Yeah, happyjo's turn, okay. Lots of tutus on the field, and next turn, Crystal Flower hatching out that Warlord. Here comes Scourge Flame Spectre. 7 costs 3/3. I assume it's coming out. He was very quick to +1. He doesn't have to. Really, Sheet and Brute might be enough. Touching the Scourge Flame. Tickling it with his finger. And... no, not quite. There it is. Okay. And does it go... It does not harvest. Okay. It does harvest. Does he hit first? Whoa. Oh, okay. Yeah, why not? You get the extra combat damage out of that. It doesn't really... It makes no difference for the Herald because it was hatching next turn anyway. But... yeah, but that's an interesting play. I would not have thought of that. Just getting the combat trigger off of the Crystal Flower. For the sake of the damage, of 3 damage. Meanwhile, Happy Joe. He has another Crystal Flower to replace that Crystal Flower with. But it's just, at this point, it's delaying the inevitable. He does have healing in his deck. Okay, farewell, Warlord. You never really got to do anything other than be put in a flower and then destroyed. Other flower comes out. Scourge Flame inside. Happy Joe is down to 13 health. TrueQuAz putting down a Grimguard. Once this crystal flower hatches, he's going to be very happy, but until then he has to survive and not lose the game. He's at 0 Faria. He's not harvesting. A lot of his tempo is put inside that flower. It's a 7-cost creature inside that 4-cost flower. Okay, Happy Joe rightfully taking a lot of time in his turns because this is not an easy matchup. He has to find a way to deal damage to face before he runs out of health. And he's not drawing any champion. Champions would be great right now. He can swallow with the War Machine to get something beefy out. Yeah, just getting that out of the way. And he is going to use the second flower. Okay, he's going all in. He's all in right now. Hitting for 2. He's going to move this down. And, there's 4 damage next to face. That's a long clock. A lot of turns before lethal is going to be near. But TrueQuAz can't play anything. He had nothing to play. He could have played a Fanatic. He could have played a Flame Burst, but you don't want to use those right now. Your Fanatic will just get cleared by a 2/2 before it can even harvest. Flame Burst you want to save for face, probably. There's a champion. So we have 1, 2, 3 Rakoans on board. He has 7 Faria, so not enough to play a Recruiter and a champion. Just the champion comes down. Okay. 14, 7 plus 4, 11. He's 3 off of lethal. So 2-turn clock. He has nothing he can put to block the champion because of this land. Crystal Flowers are locked down. He could Flame Burst. The Flame Burst out the Scourge Flame. But it won't have haste because of the way Swallow works. So it can't attack the turn he does that. He could Flame Burst the Crystal Flower to have the Grimguard next to face. That's 5 damage. Puts him to 8. With Flame Burst that takes him to 5. Yeah, lethal is a lot. Ooh, that would put him 2 off lethal. No, it wouldn't because he couldn't Flame Burst twice. What am I talking about? He would still be down to 5. Now he could actually do the play I'm talking about because there's 2 Flame Bursts. Ooh, okay, it's a pass. All right. Well, 11 damage to face is coming. I don't think he has anything he could draw that. Whoa, okay. Wait. Okay, yeah. Happy Joe wins. I was like, what? Yeah. Happy Joe wins. The TrueQuAz surrendered. And that is 2-2. And we're already picking. These guys pick so quickly. But this is it. This is the final match. Final game in this match, I should say. Two. This is the second game that we've watched, and the second game that's gone the total of 5 games. Okay. Match point. Sorry if you heard the vigorous typing earlier. Blue from TheTrueQuAz with Destructive Volley. I think people used to consider this a meme card, but you see it a lot in tournaments. Okay, same deck from happyjo. Rakoan Powerhouse. Worked out really nicely for him last game. It got a little dicey, though. We'll see what this blue deck can do. Blue-green deck, I should say. No green cards in hand, but he is building for him. So I imagine frog tossers. Could there be octopi? Oh no, could there be biomancers and swarming Carassius in here? And creations? I neglected to look at the colors at the start. Okay, getting tri-color up. Moving backward, frog tosser in hand. Needs to make 2 more land to be able to play that. But it'll be real nice when he does. I mean, he could even clear off... Well, we'll see what happyjo plays, but Destructive Volley actually can kill pretty much... Well, it can kill a lot of Rakoans. Rakoans tend to be pretty tiny. Okay, Rune's Guidance. happyjo's got to get something going on here. Because the shield mate's moved back, it's out of range to illusionist it to clear the Leia. So we'd have to Shifting Tide. You'd have to make a lake, Shifting Tide down, play an illusionist on the desert. Oh, he has Explorer too. He has to Shifting Tide down the shield mates. So actually the lake comes out over here. And he made the lake in a spot where the water elemental can't harvest. Oh. Okay, I thought he was going to clear the Leia. I guess he doesn't care. Doesn't care about the Leia. I'll never remember what my own headcanon is as far as pronunciation for that. It changes every time I say it. In the meantime... Wait. Oh. Yeah, he wanted to kill it while it was an illusion so that it didn't spawn its shield mate. I was like, that was unnecessary, but wait, was it? Yeah, because the shield mates hadn't been destroyed yet. They'd have come back. But not if you do that. And look at this board now. Frog Tosser with a frog. A Leia. TheTrueQuAz looking really good, but Happy Joe does have 13 fairy to spend. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real that Garridan exists. This turn, in fact, Garridan could come out. You could even tuck Garridan over here. Have Garridan be your double harvester. Put him on harvesting duty. You know, the big dragon of the mountain. Just have him over there. Seems fair. You can put a shield mates near the Leia to deal with her after the Garridan. Yeah, I think Garridan is stuck on harvesting duty. Come on, guys. I'm a big dragon. Yep, and there's the shield mates pressuring the Leia. Maybe we'll just combine Leia and Laia into one sound. Leia. Leia. I don't know. Triton Warrior, nice, decent mid-range card. When I think of a mid-range card, it's like this one. Triton Warrior. What could be more mid-rangey? Tyranax? Maybe Tyranax. Okay, Elderwood Embrace could be used to preserve Leia's life. Laia's life has more alliteration to it. Nope, just the Triton. Moving down to harvest, moving up to harvest. Okay. Surprising. He wanted the aggressive land. Okay, this will stop the Rakoan from harvesting as well. Illusionist means he could use it to clear the Shimmering Statue. Not the best use of it, but it gets the job done. Happyjo's at 5 Faria, but the champion, I'm not sure you want to play him right now. Because, yeah, actually, even if you use the Rakoan Illusionist before transforming, I mean, before playing him, it's still the same amount of Rakoans on field. Because he transforms the thing into a Doondrake. So that's a 5/5 champion. It's mid-rangey. It does beat this mid-range unit, though. Okay. He is going to Illusionist, I think. But it's still a 5/5. Yep, okay. Well, Aurora has something to say about that. Or Elderwood's Embrace, really. Goes for the Elderwoods, clears off the Garridan. Could only answer the Garridan or the champion, though. Hey, I'm a Rakoan again, guys. Hey, what's up? I turned into a dragon. It was really weird. 2 Cannoneers. No, 1 Cannoneer can deal with this Triton. That's really nice. Really nice for Happy Joe. I suppose he gets rid of this guy. Hey, what's going on? Ooh, okay. Whoa, whoa. Okay. So multiple things happened there. I think the TrueQuAz may have actually surrendered. And then there was just a crash. I think after the Cannoneer was played, the TrueQuAz surrendered. Is that what happened? Alright. I'm gonna verify that real quick. Okay, yes, that was indeed a surrender by the TrueQuAz. So that's victory for Happy Joe. Sorry about that. I was confused at the end due to that that weird crash. That doesn't happen. Never happened to me before. But here's what we're looking at now. Shoop. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him for surrendering. That was after the Cannoneer comes out. Like, you're in a pretty tough spot with that deck. But that means Happy Joe moves on to play Martis. Martis the German. Jor and Super Blizzard are playing. Evgeny and Bamser are playing. Ooh, Bamser beat Amoeba. Wow. Evgeny beat ES of Dawn. Double wow. Okay. Okay. Looking pretty good. We are going to take a short break as we set up for our next match.